Good evening, everybody. Tonight is July 16th. This is the Board of Selectmen meeting, and I'd like to start with saluting the flag. Join me in standing.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay. Jason is out this evening, so you have Vaughn and I, along with our town administrator, Mike, if people haven't met him yet, just introducing again. We do not have any minutes to approve tonight, so we'll move on to the approval of warrants. So number 28, payroll warrant for $154,549.04. Warrant number 1098 for $336,374.03. Payroll warrant number 2 for $146,774.01. And general warrant 1001, and that is for $210,047.20. I will entertain a motion to approve those warrants.
So moved.
Second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay. So the next thing is a spending request. And this is from the fire department. So they have a spending request for mandated air pack flow test for $1,540. Mandated air compressor annual service, $1,250. Mandated hydro testing of storage tanks, $1,000. Mandated hose testing, it's estimated at $5,000. 2 water extinguishers for engine 1 and tower 1, $171 each. These are required to be on the trucks as part of their Class A pumper status. And 3 replacement panels for turnout gear for $64 each. So I will entertain a motion to approve those requests.
So moved.
Second. Any discussion?
No.
All right, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. We do not have any old business. New business, we are looking at appointing for the town officials as well as boards and committees. So there are a couple of boards and committees that need a little bit of love, and probably some interviewing and a little bit of discussion. So I think I would like to hold off on approving all of them and would entertain a motion to appoint the town officials and table appointing the boards and committees.
So moved.
Second. Any discussion?
Nope, I agree.
All right. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. So if you're interested in joining a board or committee, please let us know, because there are a lot of vacant spots as well. So that's one of the things that we'd love to try and fix. And you can find out the vacancies through the town clerk or through our offices as well. Okay, so the next thing is to sign the special town meeting warrant. Vaughn, do you want to read it? And then sign off on it?
Sure. It says, in the name of the Commonwealth of Massachusetts, you're hereby directed to notify and warn the inhabitants of said town qualified to vote in the elections of and town affairs to meet at the North Brookfield Police Department Training Room in said North Brookfield on Wednesday, the 31st day of July, 2024 at 6 p.m. to act upon the following articles, namely, Article 1, to see if the town will vote to establish a sewer stabilization account or take any action relative thereto. Article 2, to see if the town will vote to transfer a sum of money from sewer retained earnings to sewer stabilization account or take any action relative thereto. Hereof fail not, and make due return to this warrant with your doings thereon to the town clerk at the time and place of this said meeting as for said. Given under our hands the 16th day of July, 2024.
All right. will entertain a motion to sign the special town meeting warrant.
So moved.
Seconds. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Do you have
If there's any questions on that, I can explain if anyone has
Yeah.
any questions about it. Okay. The necessity for it, it was part of our loan agreement.
Okay, I just thought, normally it's Fridays, right?
Normally they are, yes.
Okay.
But I think this one we needed to get done before the end of the month, is
We
that right?
have to do it
That's
pretty
cool.
quick, because we're closing the loan August 20th, and we need to have all the information back to the bond council many weeks ahead of that, so it's kind of the last day. And we couldn't use the school either because they were on school vacation, so that would cost the town more money,
How
so
many people you need here?
we need 10.
10 people.
That's a good point.
So it just affects the sewer department.
Yes.
Basically, we have to retain $50,000 as part of our USDA grant, and once the loan is paid off, that money goes back into sewer, so. Unless we need it, and we
The
can,
sewer already has it.
right, exactly,
It's not above and beyond whatever, yep,
correct.
we'll just so everybody knows. It's just sewer.
All right, so the next thing is a library interim. So I'll just read the letter from the library supporting their interim recommendation. The Haston Library Board of Trustees is pleased to recommend to your board the appointment of Miss Brianna Lamb as interim director effective August 14th, 2024. Brianna has been our children's librarian for the past several years and has done an outstanding job. With your board's approval, she will work 30 hours weekly, be compensated at the same amount as the current library director, and continue to receive the same benefits that she currently earns. This appointment will remain in effect until our search for a permanent director has been successfully completed. As you may know, Amy Vasella resigned her position in June. The Haston Library Board of Trustees is also pleased to recommend to your board the appointment of Miss Gabrielle Holmes as interim children's librarian effective August 14th, 2024. Gabby has been a valued volunteer and assistant librarian for the past several years. She has also done an outstanding job. The board understands that although Gabby will be working 26 hours weekly at the current rate of the children's librarian during this time, she will not be eligible for benefits due to the interim nature of this appointment, which will end with our successful search for a new library director. Please note that even with these appointments, the library will have only Brianna and Gabby on town payroll. We are still very short-staffed. The trustees are confident that Brianna and Gabby will provide excellent customer service to our loyal library patrons. We request that your board officially appoints them to the above placements. So I will entertain a motion to appoint Brianna Lamb as interim director and Gabby Holmes as interim children's librarian.
So moved.
Just one point, I think the correct title is Youth Services Librarian. I think that was a typo.
Oh, okay.
Either way, we know what you meant.
Okay, so I will amend that motion just to say, I'll entertain a motion to appoint Brianna Lamb as interim library director and Gabby Holmes as interim youth librarian.
So moved.
Second? And any discussion?
No.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. So, thank you to both Brianna and Gabby for stepping up in those positions, and if you haven't met them, they're lovely, so go meet them. So the next thing is Chapter 90 State Aid Reimbursement. So this is for Cider Mill Bridge. The application was approved on May 14th of 2020 for $485,000. So it looks like we have spent $33,193. Or, Mike, do you have any
I do.
feedback on this? Thank you.
Yes, the $33,000 was for engineering services with Fuss and
Okay.
O'Neill. who we have, well, frankly, cashiered. They have not, they've taken forever on this project, so they've been replaced with another engineering firm. Ashley, what's the name of it? Was BSC, was it?
BSC Group.
BSC Group.
Yep.
So we're hoping they'll make better progress, but this $33,000 will pay off us and O'Neill, and we're being reimbursed for it.
Okay, that makes more sense to me. All right, so I will entertain a motion to approve this reimbursement of $33,193.75.
So moved.
Second? And any other discussion?
No?
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Alright, so we are now up to public comment.
Question on the status of the North Main Street sidewalk project? Has the contract letter gone out?
So, we were just at their meeting. I know it went out to bid, but I don't know the status beyond that. I'm not sure we've had an update since. Ashley, do you know with BSC?
I don't know, have you talked to Bill? I know you left a message with
If-
him.
With
Bill
who?
Pale for the Complete Streets project?
Yes, but I was discussing the next phase with them. I don't know if the contract's signed for this phase, but I know it's been awarded. So it's moving forward. We still have another $300,000 available, and we want to use that up because it's been renewed. I guess this is the fourth time, and we're unsure as to whether we'll be able to renew it again. So we're trying to extend that contract as soon as possible.
Does it, as I understand, have to be spent by the end of the year?
Unless it's extended again, and I don't know if they'll do it again, it needs to be spent by the end of the year.
Trying to coordinate with School Street Vibram Generous Project Works to coordinate with North Main Street Works.
Right, yeah.
So hopefully it'll come to pass.
Hopefully. John?
We had talked about, a couple of years ago, doing the other side of School Street on the church side with the remainder of the money. Whatever happened to that?
That,
Just to replace the sidewalk.
yeah, I'm not aware of any plans in place to do the other side of the road. Brandon, do you know if downtown development has?
No, the engineering hasn't been done for that, as far as I know, so
Yeah,
it's just the basic plans were, but not the engineering, so that was not in the plans for this year, so I don't think there'll be time to get that engineering done.
not for this phase, probably.
Yeah, so I don't know, I mean, there
We're
was,
gonna give up $300,000.
there was talk about trying to extend the curb project up to Central Street, I don't know, I mean, that's kind of up to.
Well, Mr. Paley, who's the engineer, I spoke to him the end of last week about extending and using up the remaining $300,000. He seems to believe that we can get that done. And I'll call him back and ask him about the extension on the other side as a possibility.
Okay.
We just need to find, and there's plenty of uses for the money, we just have to push it
Right.
forward.
Right, I know
And
parking was
no.
another thing we were exploring, and,
I
yeah.
I don't want to waste the money, but I don't want to leave it on the table either.
Right, I feel the same. Yeah.
Just a question. Every month or so, the fire department submits a report of their activities. Does the police do the same? I get a couple free papers and I can read monthly or weekly reports from East Brookfield, New Braintree, Spencer. I don't know what we do here.
Okay, I don't know the last time we've received it, but I know recently we did have a department head meeting where we asked for all of that information monthly, so.
Last I knew, we were supposed to be getting something that was like the whole last year, but I haven't heard anything myself.
At my department heads meeting, I discussed with the department heads monthly producing something that I call the projects and activities report, that would, each department would have a section. I mean, obviously, some of the departments won't be that long. You know, the town clerk is just going to tell you how many birth and death certificates have been issued and that sort of thing. But I would expect the larger departments to have a reasonably sized report.
Thank you. Is there anything else? Brandon?
Yeah, this, I have to say this, maybe somebody will listen, that we're gonna have the type of town that people put an effort into, or try to at least not try to destroy. There's been a lot of issues on the common, people hanging off the basketball hoops and bending them, even the new little one that we put up, it's been people have seen like teenagers hanging off the small hoop, and that one's bending down. And, these things that get broke, they're not gonna get replaced. So we're trying, very hard to make improvements, but having to replace or repair broken things is a step backwards. There's also things that have been going on, like the town forest. People have been throwing logs into the pond. That's not helping anything. And also throwing boards into the stream that feeds the pond. And not only that's, something we have to deal with by pulling them out, it's also really a violation of the Wetlands Protection Act, because you're interfering with the natural flow of the stream. So I just ask people to try to respect town property, and, keep it nice. We can keep adding and keep improving on what we have. If we have to go back and repair things, we're just taking steps back, so that's not helping anything. So try to be a little more respectful.
Thank you.
Thank
Sorry
you.
Sorry you have to say that, but thank you for saying it. All right. I think is that everything?
I think that's everything.
I will make a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Thank you, everyone.